Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. John here at Havoc Maker Studio, hoping you're having a great Thursday. We are one day away from the end of the month, and we will be doing a giveaway for third quarter, which surprisingly ends at the end of September, not at the end of October like I was originally thinking. I don't know where my brain pan was. So instead of me talking about the end of October, the end of September. So we're actually going to be doing it on October 3rd because I'm going to be gone this weekend, and I'm actually going to be picking up some extra, I guess we could call it prize. I don't want to say prize support, extra give stuff for giveaways. There we go. So I want to be able to mix that in there, and we'll do at least the one drawing, and depending on where we are on the number of subscribers, I'd really like to get to 350. It's a weird number, but it's just a number I've really picked that I figured we can get to in a month. And I don't think we're going to make it, but we're going to get relatively close enough that we might go ahead and do a second giveaway. Now, let's talk about the Leagues of Votann. This is probably my 26th, actually like 10th attempt to do this video. Actually, more than that. I'd say 12. Let's go with a nice number like 12. 12th attempt to do this video. I had uploaded one the previous week, did not check on it, and it didn't pass the checks. When I was uploading it, there was some copyright content. I didn't get a strike or anything. I don't even think they even care. I could probably get away with doing some stuff before YouTube comes in and goes, "Oh, he's got like 300 followers. We're not going to strike him. He's good. He's good. That's cute. Nice try, buddy." So I don't think they. I mean, I probably could get away with it. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to tempt fate. At any rate, and I looked at the video. Poor quality, is like 35 minutes long, talking about the Leagues of Votann, how ridiculous they are, and so I decided to redo the video. And then, of course, some new information dropped into my lap. And then Games Workshop put out a video addressing the Leagues of Votann issues. So I figured, you know what, now's the right time, but let's make it a smaller video and we'll go from there. So, one of the biggest issues with the Leagues of Votann, and usually this is something we see with most codexes or battle tomes coming out for either Age of Sigmar or Warhammer 40,000. There's usually kind of a hysteria over these new armies because all we'll see is glimpses of units, equipment, and rules pop up on the community page. And we've covered that pretty much at length in the olden days and early days of this channel, and when I was making videos for the gosh, I can't even FMP Wargamers. Gosh, it's been so long since I've done a video for them. And We used to cover stuff like that, and we haven't been doing it as of late because there's plenty of other games out there for us to put our focus on over Games Workshop, and plenty of other people out there that are talking about that. So, but whenever these new armies come out, there's usually a panic because all we see are the rules in a vacuum, and that I think that's an app description. And we're not seeing the rest of the rules and how it interacts, point costs and all that jazz, and then how it actually plays on the tabletop. Now, Leagues of Votann was slightly different. We did see the things as that we previously did, but more people this time around. We're just going to say influencers as a general, but it's not just YouTube or store influencers and that sort of thing. It's a variety of people have gotten their hands on the rule book prior to the release, which was last week, and they got games in on using the Leagues of Votann, which now, when you combine their reports, if you will, with the initial information releases that we saw on the Warhammer community pages, the panic over the broken rules or the overpowered, overbalanced ended up being legitimate. Similar in the ways that we saw with Aldari at one point, with the Drukari at several points, the Harlequins. These things ended up being true, and it ended up being true with the league's Votann. Now, I'm not going to do the lengthy video again where we go through all the breaks, since most of you've probably already read about it. If you've not read about it and you're like, what's going on, John? I'm going to put probably one of the best articles that you can really understand what's going on with a segment for the Hammer of Math. It's on the Goonhammer page. I'll have a link in the description below so you can go there, read the article by Kevin, and get a good understanding of not only what the rules are doing, but you can also see they did the math and show the differences in the percentages and why they were absolutely ridiculous. Now, why am I talking about all this besides it being broken? Is that I got a couple of points, but one of the main points I want to talk about is because Games Workshop came out and admitted that they messed up. I don't think they messed up, and I think most people with common sense, which I realize is not a common virtue, realize that Games Workshop knew what they were doing. Let's face it, it's very, very likely. Obviously, there's always that possibility that it was a mistake, but the probability of it being a mistake is very low because Games Workshop needs to make money. And that's part of the reason why I'm talking about this is Games Workshop knows what they're doing, in my opinion. Having worked with them and played their product for over 30 years, they know what they're doing when they release this stuff. They would not have released this thing without a purpose. Now, it doesn't cost them anything. I want you to think about this. So they put out this book. They know that it's broken, and people are going to flock to their game stores to buy this product. And they already did. They major sales over the weekend for Leagues of Votann. People are rushing out to buy this because even with any tweaks that are coming down the line, they're still going to be ridiculous. The only way that they're going to fix this is by releasing another book, and they will. I would say within 12 to 18 months, a new Leagues of Votann book will be released. I can almost guarantee it. Almost guarantee it. But they knew what they were doing. The ridiculousness drives sales. And they know people are going to do it. Even as they're kind of making a tonal shift away from the tournament scene, officially, they still know that people are going to rush out and buy this because it's either you love the models, you love the rules, or some combination of the two. So you're going to rush out and buy this. And even with the rules update that they did to fix their mistake, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do these air quotes. They know that they're going to continue to sell this product and until a new book comes out that kind of brings them back down. And they're going to, when that book comes out, not the revision before the army's got its full release, but we're talking when they've later on, like I said, a year to year and a half later, when they put out the book, that they will nerf it. I hate using that term, but they'll nerf it. And it'll go to a much more sensible balance. There will still be some things that swing balance in its favor versus other people, but they will fix their mistake that they're doing right now. I think I might have slightly got off track. Regardless, I think this is the direction I think Games Workshop be doing with all their product. Because if you're worried about game balance, playing any Warhammer game outside of maybe Warcry or Necromunda, maybe the previous kill team, not the current kill team. So the current kill team is not too good. They should not have revised with this new version. But those games are a lot more balanced, not totally, but a lot more balanced. So those ones, okay, play those games. But I think with Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, when you are playing a 3-hour game with about 60 to 100 models, you need to really throw game balance a little bit out the window. And I think we're going to start seeing that tonal shift going into the next edition of these games. 10th edition likely being next year. Games Workshop acknowledges that they goofed up after all these decades. Whoops, we goofed up. What are the chances of that happening? Really, Games Workshop? Really? You have a formula that you follow. And you decided to break that formula for armies and units and codexes with this one. Could it be Games Workshop? Could it be because, and I'm just going to go ahead and spitball here, that, I don't know, year to date, your guys' stock has tumbled. And even after me doing the video last week, they dropped another like 5 points, which, gosh, Games Workshop, not a good look. At any rate, so they're fixing this, and they got a very pleasant video, and we're going to watch that video here because I want to try to keep this under 20 minutes. We're going to watch this video and talk about it a little bit more. You guys can tell me what you think. Here we go. Let's blow this up. And so I'm hoping the volume will be okay. Here we go.
Yes. I wrote it all myself.
This is James' Workshop, everybody.
Absolutely. They're calling it the most powerful codex ever, which sounds like a good thing. No, I've never read another codex. Haha! Yes, just call me James Squat.
The jokes are bad. I've got to break this video up as we go along. I got to put some commentary in it. They do a lot of fun poking. And I really, to be honest, I mean, the production is great quality, and I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, guys, because I really don't. I hate the conspiracies. But this is a great distraction video because a lot of Games Workshop, what some people will call apologists or hardcore fanboys, will be like, oh, look, they're apologizing. They acknowledge their mistake, which they never do. And see this, so this is proof, John, that they acknowledge their mistake, and because it was a bad one, and they're going to fix it. They didn't make a mistake, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I don't know what everyone's complaining about. Of course they're good. They needed a leg up. They haven't won a tournament in 30 years. Right. Okay. How about this? When you order the army, we'll just cut out the middleman and send you a first place tournament trophy.
Perfect.
Listen, I can't talk now. I have to go give Codex Zotes an army-wide 2+ and vulnerable save. No,
The Codex squats. It's funny that about the same time that these squats, Zotes, by about the same time that the squats disappeared from Games Workshop, so let's say around 2nd edition, so did the Zotes. They kind of made an appearance in through Forge World for their Warhammer Fantasy line before Age of Sigmar or post Age of Sigmar, and they returned recently with a model for Blackstone Fortress, but they all disappeared about the same time. So just interesting feedback.
No, I don't know what it means either. Okay, fine. I'll leave it with you then. Toodaloo. Goodbye. I love you.
So they're acknowledging that they messed up, and we're going to go into this, finish out this video here without any more commentary, but it's just, it's great marketing. And I'm not going to slam them for a great way to spin this in their favor.
The Leagues of Votann, they came out a little strong. We've heard your concern over the past few weeks, and yes, there are a few units and rules that are a little better than they should be.
We know that game balance is important to you, and it's important to us too.
We're sorry, we didn't get it right this time.
Because of this, we'll be making some updates to the rules and bringing a few points in line.
We're making the change now before most of the Leagues of Votann miniatures are released, so you can plan your army with confidence.
You can download the rules update from warhammercommunity.com now.
Have fun, and be nice to each other out there, and remember,
The ancestors are watching.
I try very hard, and sometimes I get it wrong. Not very often. In fact, this is the first time ever. But I try. I'm only supposed to be alive at Christmas anyway. Well, I don't feel bad anymore.
See, that last part was very telling. I don't feel bad anymore. That, I think, is one of the most damning parts of that video. Is that's really their attitude. They don't care because you're going to buy their models, you're going to buy the rules, you're going to buy the product. It's already going to happen if it hasn't happened already. And they're kind of right that this is the first time this has ever happened. This is the first time that they've ever publicly came out and acknowledged, we got it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to fix what we got wrong. Sorry, still doing the air quotes. This is the first time that they've acknowledged, and they really did a great media spin on this, because really, who's going to say, oh no, it's they're totally making it up. It's a conspiracy, blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's what some people are going to be like, John, you're just being all conspiracy theory guy. Go put a tinfoil hat on and, watch out for whatever those jet stream trails or whatever are in the sky, whatever it is. Be careful to drinking water with fluoride in it because it's got mind control drugs, whatever. Guys, it's so over the top that, you know what? If you enjoy the game, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and keep playing the game. If you love Leagues of Votann for the ridiculousness of the models or the rules, enjoy. I'm going to leave you guys off on, I'll have links in the description below for this great article about the Leagues of Votann. I'll put a link in the description also for their apology video if you want to watch it at length, if there's a problem with the audio and you want to have a good laugh. And at the end of the day, I'm always going to say, keep playing whatever games you're playing. Buy the models that you like to buy. Paint and enjoy, or don't paint if you don't want to paint. Whatever it is that brings you joy on the tabletop for gaming, go ahead and keep doing it. All right, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not breaking any laws, just keep at it. I'm also going to suggest, if you are a die-hard Games Workshop fan and Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, Warcry, whatever those games are, that's your jam and you will do nothing else, I'm going to ask and suggest that the next time you're sitting on your golden throne in your own home or apartment or school, or at work, when you're taking your 30-minute sabbatical at lunchtime or after lunchtime in the bathroom, and you're sitting on your golden throne, take a moment, if you would, and scroll through, because we know you take your phone or your iPad or whatever into your golden throne room and look at some other games, other tabletop skirmish games out there that might interest you. You can Google or Bing or Yahoo, whatever search engine you're using. You can put in sci-fi tabletop skirmish games and take a look at those, or modern skirmish games or fantasy skirmish games, whatever it is that tickles your fancy, and give them a try. I'm not saying go out and invest in them, but find out if anybody else at your local store is playing it. Maybe on your local, might jump on a Facebook page. Maybe see if any of your friends are interested in it and give it a try. All right. There's a lot of actually good game systems out there that have rules for free online. So the only thing you're buying are the miniatures. So you've got miniatures, you can proxy, try the rules for free and see if you guys will enjoy it. That's all I'm suggesting you do. Not to replace your favorite Games Workshop game. All right. If you got a favorite Games Workshop game, then keep on playing, guys and gals. But as an alternative, as a backup, look at other games, because they can give you a fresh perspective. They can give you some new ideas for your favorite game. Maybe even new play styles, paint styles, basing, conversions, whatever it is that you do with your Games Workshop games, you might get inspired from these other games. And these other games can give you a welcome, much needed break from the I'm going to call it the pressure that Games Workshop puts on for buying models, buying codexes over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the 3-hour games that you're playing, these are welcome breaks. So treat yourself, take a break, and just have some stupid, goofy fun with another game. And then you can come back and play your 9-hour, well, I guess it's more like a 12-hour tournament. And then every once in a while, go over and play your 45-minute to an hour game and have some fun, and then go back to the rat race. But no matter what, at the end of the day, still play your favorite game, buy your favorite product. Just go to your local games store and buy there before you go to a corporate store or you go and shop online. Support your local stores first, because they are the ones that are going to have that free game space for you to go and gather and hang out with your friends and play. All right? Anyways, you guys have yourself a wonderful day. I'm done preaching, and I'll chat with you later. See ya.